Let's get to the worst holes in the Milwaukee area.
And I have to start.
I can't remember which one it is, but
Are
basically...
you talking about the worst par 5 in the United States
Yes!
of America? How many deep did you have to go to win that thing?
I was 26 under at one point. That was a good year.
Hey everyone, if you're a golfer in Wisconsin, I'm not sure there's a better episode for you. We've got David Roesch, who was once leading Tiger Woods at the US Open in Shinnecock and is now, after 2 decades, back in the national spotlight, about to tee it up at the Senior PGA Championship in Florida this spring. We've got Jack Schultz, an absolute amateur golf legend, and Paul Siefert, the founder of WiscoGolf Addict. We talked to David and Jack on their stories. We touch on what AMs can be working on this winter, and then we get into some Wisconsin golf, best courses under $75, favorite holes in Wisconsin, and the worst holes in the area. That was a good conversation. Before diving in, just want to thank our partners who you'll be seeing across the studio. Annex Wealth Management, Know the Difference, Nicolay Law, Injured Get Nicolay, Drink Wisconsin Bleed Beverage Company, and you'll be seeing some Three Sheeps around because I love some Three Sheeps. Please subscribe if you have not already. We've got a lot of great content coming up, and let's dive in. Life and golf is full of peaks and valleys, and no one exemplifies this better than one man living in the town of Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. A hotshot prospect right out of UW-Madison, took the Hooters tour by storm on and off the course, even winning the '02 Shelby Classic. After a slump in 2004, he nearly quit the game. Luckily, he packed up the clubs for one more shot. Then on a fateful day, right outside of St. Louis, Missouri, he advanced to the US Open at Shinnecock. A couple weeks later, he found himself gracing the cover of the New York Times, leading Tiger Woods after the first day. After a couple years on the nationwide tour, the next chapter of his life was dedicated to growing the game, dominating the WPGA circuit, racking up a state open title and numerous Player of the Year and Teacher of the Year awards. But after over 2 decades out of the national spotlight, he's back and will be competing in this year's Senior PGA Championship, where he'll be putting the peg in the ground April 16th at Concession Golf Club in Bradenton, Florida. Also the father of 2 high school golf girl stars in the area, an inspiration to us all, Wisconsin Golf Hall of Famer David Roesch in the studio.
That was
making an appearance.
Such a kind introduction there. I don't know what to say. I am speechless.
That's all true facts, right?
Yeah.
We got a legend in the building.
Very lucky to have many of those accomplishments in my life, and I owe it all to golf, right? Without golf, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Humble man. We could just end the episode right here. Could just call it a day. Also with us, we've got Paul Siefert, founder of WiscoGolf Addict, not only traveling the state, but now the world, showcasing the best golf courses and holes out there. Also has a great website, WiscoGolfAddict.com, and a lot of awesome golf content on his social media pages. First year full-time this past year.
Yeah,
getting ready for year 2. A lot of growth and progress.
The growth has been amazing. It's been so much fun just preparing for this year and having 1 year under me. Excited to be back again. It's been too long, man.
I know we haven't done an episode. And making his first appearance, we got Jack Schultz, Wisconsin amateur golf legend over there, still in the prime of his career, though a 4-time WSGA Player of the Year, won the '03 Am at Aaron. That's a good one to win.
That was a good one.
That's the one you want to win probably, and played in 11 USGA events. Jack, thank you for coming down today.
Yeah, this will be great.
Good to see you. Okay, should we start? Maybe an update from David Roesch. Can you walk us through? I mean, for competing in your first major in a while, getting through that, how's the prep going?
So far, not a lot of prep. Although Jack and I talked about doing a little sim golf once a week, just to play some courses and to get some reps in. So that's really what I got.
That's how serious you're taking this opportunity of a lifetime?
I don't disagree with you there, but I think Steve Stricker is going to be back healthy for the event, so he's a tough one to beat. Stuart Sink, he's a tough one to beat. Bernhard Longer, he's a tough one to beat. The list goes. Jerry Kelly, right? I mean, the list goes on and on.
How's it going to feel being back in the locker room with guys like that?
I'm going to bring my camera, take a lot of videos of some golf swings, because I like to look at golf swings a lot. And hopefully nobody gets mad at me when I ask them if I can videotape their swing.
How was making it through? What was the qualifier like?
Yeah, so the PGA Senior Championship was in Port St. Lucie last fall. And luckily they take the top 35, PGA Senior pros that finished there. And unfortunately I had a chance to win. In the last day, I kind of pooped on myself a little bit there, but managed to finish 14th and earned a spot now in my first senior major.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Just, I don't know how much prep I'm going to get.
Yeah. Do you have your sights on the Champions Tour at all?
I have 0 sights on the Champions Tour. If lightning were to strike and I happen to do something amazing that week, I guess I'd have to make a decision when that happens. But for now,
it struck before.
It has struck before. That is right. Yes.
Jack, what do you think of his attitude about this?
Normal. From as long as I've known him, this seems very normal. The self-deprecation, expectations low, but like you said, hopefully we'll be able to get some reps in the once or twice a week of actually doing it. We started last week and we were able to play 15-ish before I had to leave, but I think we'll getting some good reps.
Do you think he's just saying this publicly and he's just grinding after his lessons are done for the day?
Grinding in his mind, maybe. You don't spend too much time at the air plays after.
No, I mean, my daughters come up and hit golf balls, and I'm busy with a lot of students, so, I enjoy that. I enjoy that part of my chapter now.
I told my dad you were coming on. He was wondering who's on the bag.
Oh, yeah, so that's TBD, to be honest. Haven't really.
You have a pool of applicants.
I've had a lot of people offer, which is fantastic. A lot of friends. I don't know if I'd grab a tour caddy like an Austin Goggert if he's not working for Garrett Higgo that week, or if I just grab. I mean, my daughter's offered to caddy.
That'd be cool.
So how cool would that be? Yeah. So I don't know if I want to throw them in the fire there a little bit.
How do you think they'd hold up?
I think they do okay because they play golf.
To pick one for one.
I know
round
that'd be
and one
tough,
for another.
right? Yeah. The toughest thing would be is depending who they pair me with, right? Are they going to be a little more lenient and casual on the sort of the caddy rules that go about out there, or are you going to get somebody who's, I can't believe you're bringing your daughter into caddy. She doesn't even know any of the caddy etiquette. So we'll see. To be determined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack, for those who don't know, what you have an interesting backstory. How did you get into golf? Then you played college golf at Michigan.
Yeah, it was. I mean, my dad played golf before I was born and a little bit right after still, and so he brought me into the game. Just started playing early, and I guess I was doing well. And it's funny, when you're a kid, you don't realize how good versus bad. You just kind of play golf, and I think that's a good thing of not.
Jack's
trying
good.
Yeah.
I'm
so, I say I got lucky as well. I was born in July and held back a year, and so I was able to be bigger and stronger than I would have if I was forward. So stuff like that helped. But played high school, played in college, took a little time off after, which happens to a lot of people. Same with you, that was just talked about. Taking a little time when you get a little worse, and then
you were Big Ten Freshman of the Year, right?
Yeah, my corollary on that was I wasn't in any of the all Big Ten teams, and you look at some of the guys around me, like, oh, they were like a lot better. So I don't know how much competition in my grade, but I played well my freshman.
Award.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My freshman sophomore year.
You're self-deprecating.
There you go.
That's why we get so
more
long.
positivity. Right. You might need to move one of you. Put Paul in the middle.
See, that's why we get along. He makes jokes about me going to Q school. I tell him if he goes to Champions Tour, then maybe
there
we
you
do
go.
it.
All right.
I like that.
But after the time off out of college, I came back with kind of a different look on golf, and been riding that for about 10 years now, maybe. I think I started
Lots of
again,
victories.
2015 and 16, and still trying to get better.
Yeah, what was it like? Because you had, I think you had the yips toward the end of college, like shaking that off and then getting back to a high level. What was that like?
Well, it was. I still had them when coming back. But what I learned is, and I still kind of do it now, just hit giant cuts and you can keep the ball in play. And I found that worked on Wisconsin courses. So a couple of the examples was, or Midwest courses. The USAM qualifiers in 17 and 18, I think, made both of them, and I was at Riviera and Pebble were the two. And I could make it and play these courses in state, and then I'd get to the bigger ones and just have no chance. And so...
Why is that?
Courses are harder. They penalize off the tee, and a lot of the courses in the Midwest, you hit it in the rough or the trees, you can punch out, and it's just not as hard. And so that was really kind of the big change where realized I had to kind of shift where I was looking at playing golf and just being able to get it around versus, okay, how can I compete at those harder courses?
So have you changed anything since then, or have you just geographically constricted yourself to dominating the Midwest?
No, I mean, I still play in some national events, USGAs if I make it in some of the Mid-Am ones, but really, like, my whole goal is...
And he won a big one 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Was that the one in California?
Yeah.
What was that one again? Roesch.
Stalker Cup.
Yep.
Yeah. It was, I mean...
I didn't play.
Yeah, there've been some examples of me being able to take the swings and the changes and be able to do that. Like, really before it was a lot of being able to get it around the course and then short game and making putts and trying to stay in it. But, again, realizing you can't play these tough courses, even Mid-Am courses now, for like the US Mid-Ams, you can't play unless you can hit the ball. And so I've been focusing a lot on that.
I played with you 2 years ago at Oconomowoc. I think it didn't seem like you played that well, but you still shot a 65, I think, which is when someone's fucking good when they when they're like not playing that good and end with a 65. I was very impressed.
I was thinking about that. Like, I remember that was kind of a different mindset where there are times when you play where you get this mindset where you can actually play and like how your game is, how it works, and it just kind of flips. And so, trying to get back there a lot, but also we was at Oconomowoc and I just remember one hole where I was still hitting these slices, whacking it around onto a different fairway. Yeah. Do you remember this one?
I do remember
when
that.
There was like a big tree and I was like 150. I was like, oh, I'll just hit 9-iron over it. And I get back to the cart and you were like shocked a little bit about how I would go over the tree because it was a big one.
Yeah, you hit some good shots in that round. I do remember. Are you still like not grounding the club?
Yeah.
Was that a change? And do you have shorter clubs? There was a fan submitted question about that later, but I thought we could just get into that now.
Yeah, shorter clubs. I mean, I'll be honest. It's not like a dating app where I'm going to say I'm 6 feet. I'm 5'10". And leg size, I have longer arms, so shorter clubs definitely fit me. But, you look at like the older swings that everybody likes, like the Hogans and Jack Nicklaus, and these the clubs look tiny on them. And they're not tall guys. And you can really see over the years how they just get longer and longer and longer. And so this was a few years ago, I think it was like in 22, when I was like, I'm not hitting that well. And I go in and I cut my clubs down half an inch and I hit. I'm like, wow, I've never hit better than this. And then a couple months later, I'm like, let me try again. And I did it and still never hitting better. And so they're quite tiny now.
Do you have like a shorter driver too, or do you?
I do, but it's probably 45.5 inches, so not abnormally short compared to others.
Oh, that's not short. Yeah.
I've tried to cut it down shorter, and they feel better at like 35.5 inch. But the problem is I haven't found a shaft that when I cut it down, it doesn't kind of blow it up. Mm-hmm. Like the kick point is like gone, and shafts are like $250 if I find a used one on eBay, and so I have probably 10 of them now of different lengths and different tippings to be able to try, but like it does make a massive difference. And like every time I try the 43.5, and it's like, this is just so much easier, but it doesn't quite work out.
10 shaft. You are an engineer for the audience, so you tinker around with the equipment quite a bit. Paul, you've been on before, but we've got a bunch of new viewers. Do you just want to chat quick about your starting WiscoGolf Addict a while ago? And
no, it started WiscoGolf Addict about 15 years ago. It was a way to kind of get my thoughts out originally about all sports, then it became all golf when people really started taking to it. So I've been doing it about 15 years. I've been really fortunate this year. I finally, after about 17 years of direct supply, great career there, finally left corporate America in April. So I'm doing this full time right now. And what I found is, I've gone from a content creator and photographer and all those kind of things to a small business, which is kind of wild because I don't really have that background. But now it's it's a lot of proposals, it's invoicing, it's trying to chase down money that people owe me, it's scheduling things and trying to figure out where the rounds of golf are going to fit in and where the shoots are going to fit in, with the family and with everything else going on, and then trying to have some money too, and then trying to figure out how to do taxes on a business, all these kind of things. It's just crazy. But yeah, an excellent first year. Basically went to a lot of my customers and said, this is what I'm doing. We've done a lot of cool things together in the past. Can I count on you to work with me in this? And a lot of them did. I had 17 total unique clients this year. Shot 79 different courses, full photography, mostly drone stuff. Let's see. Yeah, it was just an awesome year. But it was a year of learning, and it was a year of proving out that it can be a business. And this coming year is really shaping up to be amazing.
Yeah. Any we'll get to some course related questions though, but any highlight from the year if there was one.
One of the biggest highlights for me was I got to be the first photographer ever paid to do drone work at the Dunes Club in New Buffalo, Michigan. And if you're a real golf sicko like I am, that's pretty exciting. So 3 people total have ever gotten to use a drone there. And it was the birthplace of dream golf, Abandoned Dunes, Sand Valley. We got 3 in the works right now. But yeah, getting to do that was pretty amazing. Spent a couple days there.
I was going to ask you guys what you're working on over the winter. It doesn't seem like a whole lot at this point. Jack, what are you working on over the winter?
Not a whole lot right now. It's starting to get ramped up. I do have some goals though. I've gone through enough of these winter, post college golf of trying to be able to get ramped up. And I mean, this is a problem with you where it does take a while to get to that. To get to a level where you're at before. And so our golf doesn't start till May. Yours is in April. Mm-hmm. But it is, now, what is it, it's February, shoot. I was going to say mid-January is kind of the time to start getting going. Because it just takes a while with how the swing takes, how your body feels, how to get that going. So I think right now I'm at a point of just starting to try to get a feel of it. Although one thing I will say too is, I think I'm going to try to have more of kind of a beginner's mind this year where you can say, here's the swing that I've had. This is how I've worked on my game before, but try to take it from a kind of a different perspective of, being able to step back rather than doing necessarily what I've done before. And so I think us playing, which I'm saying this now to make sure we can do it.
Mm-hmm. Every week.
Doing the weekly things once or twice will be good to be able to, instead of just kind of hitting balls into a simulator, actually trying to play and compete. Mm-hmm. So I think that sort of mind change will help.
Roesch, I remember, I think a couple years ago you posted on Instagram. What did you hit 180 ball speed?
No, I think I hit
170?
I hit 121, 122 swing speed.
Are you still doing speed training leading up to that?
I am not, but every once in a while my kids tell me that I'm getting older, so then I have to prove them that I can still move it, with an out of control swing. So I can still get 120, maybe not keep it straight, but I can get it 120.
What do you recommend amateurs, normal golfers work on over the winter?
I mean, I think
you teach a lot of them.
I think the simple things you can do is you can work on your putting stroke, right? You don't need to go to a sim place. You don't need to have a big putting green. You can just do it inside in your apartment, in your house. You can work on centerness of contact putting. You can work on start line with, gates, drills like that. Simple things too in the winter, working on centerness of contact, hitting a golf ball, right? I use these little training tools. I can plug it. It doesn't matter. I don't get anything out of it, but like a divot board or the speed trap. I mean, you got to hit the center of the club face, right? So you don't always have to be working on positions or perfect technique, but if I can hit the center of the club face more, I'm going to get more predictable distance control, right? I'm going to be better on the golf course too. So it doesn't have to be advanced, but you can, right? Was it Vince Lombardi said championships are won in the off season?
That's right.
So, I kind of try to explain that to people, like if you want to make some changes, you should try to make them in the off season.
That if you're going through a swing change, that is definitely the right time to do it,
Definitely.
in my opinion.
Yes,
You
not
don't have any
July.
pressure. Yeah, you can,
Yes.
you can do that.
Well, your indoor stuff reminded me of something I am working on. It's just overall body coordination. Like
Sure.
indoor stuff, I got a silent basketball that I can just work on dribbling with both hands, like juggling, standing on one foot, doing things like that. I've found like just knowing how your body feels balance-wise and how it can work together.
So you're
like
doing
stuff
some
like that.
unconventional stuff
Yeah.
that should translate
Yeah.
to the golf course a little
I
bit.
like that.
Yeah,
The hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really is that. It's just hand-eye coordination, being able to do it, feel the body, not look at when you're dribbling, doing things there, juggling, just anything that you can think of for balancing coordination does seem to help.
It's amazing, isn't it, how like really good athletes translate to golf? Especially, I mean, like hockey and the ability to use your hands and all that kind of stuff. Like Steph Curry, like Tony Finau.
Yeah.
Incredible athlete.
T. Romo.
Tony
Yeah.
Romo, yeah.
Well, so much of that is just hand-eye coordination. I mean, good hands when chipping, you need good hands.
Hockey especially.
Yes.
For sure. Not the prettiest swings, but they get it around. And I just think those guys, I mean, you have to be kind of fucking crazy to be a hockey player and get back. I think the mental toughness on those guys and the fearlessness, that probably translates well to golf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fearlessness.
They,
Yeah.
they don't need to have 4 shots of tequila before playing like me to calm the nerves.
They do
can-
not.
They can just go right out there and be naturally mentally tough. What is you guys' favorite course or courses to play a tournament or an event at in Wisconsin?
Jack, you want to go first?
I'll go first. Janesville Riverside for the Ray Fisher.
How many times have you won that?
Twice. But it's been a while, so I'm hoping to come back.
How many deep did you have to go to win that thing? That's a shootout.
I was 26 under at one point. That was a good year. I think that was the second in like maybe 2018 when I won it. But I mean, it's great to play, first of all, 72 holes because so many of them are shorter over the weekend. And the course you can shoot very low at, but it separates good from bad play, which not every course in the state does. And then every hole is different as well. They're all unique, and it's not kind of the same over and over.
There's some penal areas on that course.
for
I've
sure.
played in that event a couple times, none successfully. So I've seen the other side of Riverside that you probably didn't when you shot 26 under there.
Well, that's the thing I like about it as well. Of you hear the stories on the PGA Tour where guys like certain courses and they have experience and they know the intricacies. And growing up, you're like, do they really? And then how many times I've played Riverside, I know all the places to go or not to go. Like on hole number 10, not to go too far in this part of the trees. And you're like, if you're over here, you're fine. And
Don't go left of the green or long left on 10.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah.
Or down the hill to the right. I know.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't played in that tournament too much, but I do know all the places not to go at Riverside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a cool one to be able to play every year.
I did avoid going across the road on number 4 last time I played there.
Nice.
Oh,
That's
good.
for all 2 rounds I played in. So I was proud of myself for that. POI, what do you got?
I mean, I would probably say, honestly, Westmore. I won the state open there. Just the ability that they have there to set the course up ridiculously hard. I think I won with either the second or highest score to par in a state open.
Was it under par or over par?
No, over par. Over par. I think I shot 4 over. They changed number 8 to a par 4. So par was 71, 70?
Yeah,
should know that.
71.
And then they set up beautifully, but it was so hard. Some people were complaining, but I prefer the harder the better. I mean, the higher golf IQ comes out, I'm not going to say, but maybe the better players, kind of come up to the top that way, and the margins of error are very small when you set it up that tough.
Going off of that, the better players rise to the top. I played in the AM at Westmore, and I think my first 9, I think I chipped in on hole 9 for a 45 on that. So I did not. That was a rough outing, but yeah, they could juice that.
They can juice it up nicely.
Juice that place up. That is a great track. It is a lot easier in member play.
Correct.
When the rough is not high and the greens aren't that firm and fast, you can go pretty deep relatively easily out there. But
Yes.
yeah, That was a good one. Paul, any favorites to play an event at?
For events, I miss playing at North Hills. Like when we were full-time golf members out there, that was a great course for tournament play. The only one I've had any success with, and it didn't end up being really good success, was the Milwaukee Uncut Opening last year. Dario and I, we were right in it.
Your favorite course to play in Wisconsin for an event is Bay Hill at X Golf.
Yes, Bay Hill.
That's a good answer. Let's go.
We were I think a stroke off the lead for like 15 or 16 holes, and we both doubled the same hole. And it was over.
And then Sim God took you guys down in the Shepherd flight of that event.
Yes.
Garski ended up winning the Gross flight for that one. Coming back up
It
on
was inevitable.
February 21st. 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. waves are sold out, but we still have some 8 a.m. spots available for those listening. It's fun event.
Really fun event.
I mean, the opening shot by Simmer, it's like Jack at Augusta, except we crowd everyone around for the 6 p.m. wave. And it's Coeur d'Alene, the par 3. The island hole.
Okay.
And if he hits the green, I was going to have to take a double tequila shot. And if he missed, he had to take one. And the adrenaline was going. He pumped it dead on line 30 yards deep at Coeur d'Alene and had to rip one. And then I think he birdied the first couple holes coming off that. But
that's not surprising.
Just a tear. I mean, he's like a 14 handicap in real life. So he got to have it for the sim tournament. And I think he shot 1 under even. And he was beating some scratch golfers out there on the sim. So the legend of Sim God lives on. Let's move into favorite. I'm calling them dive golf courses, but hidden gem, kind of in that under $75, under $100 range. Do you guys have any favorites in that category?
Sure. The thing that's tough about this is that I don't play a whole lot of these because I'm so busy with the courses that I'm working with.
You're more of an elitist player.
Well,
yes.
My primary customers are usually like mid to high end private
that makes
clubs
sense.
and like the Century Worlds and places like that. And so when I do find these places, like I really represent them. Like I really rep them a lot. And so I know we've mentioned these a few times, but Eagle Springs, any chance you get to get out there is incredible. Glen Aaron, I think, is phenomenal. Washington County, of course. No surprise on that. And the one that I'm really excited to get to this year would be Autumn Ridge in Valders. I keep hearing that's just a ton of fun.
I have not played that there either. That came up in the comments quite a bit. Autumn Ridge. Jack, do you have any hidden gem, hole in the wall kind of courses you like?
I feel it's hard to know what's a hidden gem or hole in the wall because, like, for me it might be, but not for others.
For you is
But
fine.
but I was like playing Fire Ridge. I grew up there playing a lot. It's like far enough away from Milwaukee where it doesn't necessarily have people, and so if we're trying to find something that's close in an afternoon time, I always go play there. It's a hard course, like you're talking about with Westmore, and I like the difficult ones where you get penalized if you hit it in the bad place to, force yourself to try more. So I always like playing Fire Ridge.
There's a lot of marsh out there.
Yeah, you get it in the
And some decent elevation on some of those holes too.
Yeah.
Roesch, what are some hidden gems
I mean,
around the
locally, Brown Deer's kind of where I grew up, and I don't know if it's under $75 or
with a
not.
county card, it probably is.
But just easy to get to, easy to play. I mean, it's one of the better county courses. I like Lake Arrowhead. I like those courses. I like the toughness where you have to hit the golf ball in play, or you're maybe not finding that golf ball. And I don't know the price point there.
I think that Lake Arrowhead, we can count that one.
Okay, I'd count that. And my kids have had some like regionals at Rolling Meadows up in Fond du Lac. So that's just kind of been there and played that with them. So I really like that. And I think University Ridge, if you're a student, is under $75, and that's a great golf course.
That's an insane student discount there.
That is, yes.
Yeah. I think it's like $35 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're going all the way up to Lake Arrowhead, another one I'd love to plug would be Bullseye. I really enjoy Bullseye.
Yeah, that's a good course.
That's such a fun classic
It's
course.
tight.
It is.
Yeah.
I haven't played it since like junior golf, but yeah, that's a good tight layout.
Yeah. Whispering Springs too in Fond du Lac is a lot of fun.
I mean, I had some usuals. I do like Grant Park from a hole-in-the-wall county course. It's got some good character, a really nice clubhouse. Like, yeah.
I was going to give Lincoln a shout out, close to where I grew up. And I always say that hole number 2 at Lincoln is the best hole in the state with no bunkers. And there aren't too many competitors of holes that don't have bunkers. But it's next to the river, it's the up and down, and it's long. And so I'll give Lincoln a shout out.
We're very lucky with our county courses. Like, for the most part, they're good. They got good character. I like Oakwood, too. That's a good one. That had a Hooters Tour event back
It had
in
a
the day,
Hooters
right?
Tour event there, and somebody yesterday was talking about Whitnall. And like, I love playing
Another
Whitnall.
good one. Yeah. Then I got some in the northwest part of the state that I need to shout out. Whitetail, I think my personal favorite up in Colfax. I bring that up a lot. Nice north woodsy layout. Hiawatha in Toma, if you're on
Hiawatha.
94. I mean, you can stop by there, grab a beer, grab a cart, just go cruise around. Have you played there before?
I drive past it all the time because my wife's
I mean, if you
parents
guys want to
live
get
that
a
way.
quick 9 in, get off
Hiawatha.
the road.
Just drive to Toma.
Hiawatha.
Yeah.
I don't know if public can get on, but it would qualify as a dive course. I'd say the old 9 at Stoughton Country Club. You played there at all?
I have not.
One of my contributing writers did this year, and he absolutely loved it. Wrote just a raving piece about it.
I think
need to get there,
it was historically a 9-hole layout, and it's like a really cool old school 9, and then they built a new one across the street. But the OG 9 is good at Stoughton. And that's about what I got on the list for dive golf courses. Go ahead.
Watertown's cool too.
Yeah.
Like Watertown's, I think, underrated as well when it comes to that.
I like
It's
Watertown.
tough par 70.
Yeah.
They've got a bunch of qualifiers out there. Have you gotten through some stuff there before?
A few. I think the U.S. Junior back in 2005, AM in 22, maybe another one. But they like the back 9, the up and down, and the front with a bunch of par 3s. It's a tough course.
Yeah.
The other one I think is really underrated from a private club perspective. I like Wisconsin Country Club a lot. I think that's gotten
Jack's a member there.
Jack's out there, right?
Yep. Yeah, it is. It
That's
is
a fun course.
I just remember it from junior golf when it was Brynwood.
Right.
And we'd have a couple events there. And then it kind of gets a little forgotten about. And then we were looking for some place to join. And we're like, oh, yeah, Wisconsin Club.
Yeah, they did some amazing work back around 2014 with the Renaissance Golf, and Bruce Hepner came in and did some just awesome work with the greens and bunkers. And
Yep.
it's a great course now.
It's a good layout.
Yeah.
For sure. You gotta hit good shots out there. That one par 5 is very long. The other 3, they're all reachable, but you have to hit 2 good shots.
Yeah. There are 3 good par 4s out there. And it's the
For Jack. when you have ball speed of 175.
Par 4 for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
614 yards, I think.
What about favorite golf holes in Wisconsin?
I mean, we mentioned this last year, but 18 at Sedge Valley is pretty much undefeated. I'm taking Stephen Watson's part on that one, I guess, for this podcast, the undefeated part. 18 at Sedge Valley, I think, is incredible. There are a lot of really cool holes on the New Commons course, too, at Sand Valley that's opening this year. I really enjoy everything at Century World. I think they have so many fun holes there. And then, of course...
any sleeper holes at Century World? Because the flower hole gets all the attention. You have any others there?
I love 5. I love 11. I think 3 is really fun, kind of infinity par 3 toward the water. Obviously 16 gets all the love, and then 17 might be my favorite hole in the course, where it's kind of you can bite off as much as you want off the tee if you can go over the trees, but then you're hitting this shot where you got to run it through the fairway onto the green to stop it before the water. Like, that's really fun golf, if you ask me.
Jack, any favorite?
We'll let Dave go.
Well, I guess one, I like 18 at straights, Whistling Straights. You got to hit 2 good shots. I was fortunate enough to win a match play there, one on the 18th hole, which was nice.
How many match plays have you won?
Amateur and PGA, or this is going to be bad. Maybe 6 or 7. That's a bad number that just came up. Sorry. And I like 17 at the Palmer course down at
Geneva National.
Geneva
Is that
National.
the par 5 along
Par
the lake?
5 along the
that's a
lake.
great
Yep.
hole.
It's a great hole. It's a great risk reward par 5. And, it's very picturesque, right? You're sitting there right on the lake and, trying to make 3 or 4 or make 6 or 7. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So earlier this year, I was excited. I got my first national cover, the Golf Week Ultimate Guide, and it's of that hole.
Oh.
So it went out to like
I didn't
a million
even know.
people. Yep. Mm-hmm. Went out to like 1 million people in publication of the 17th on the Palmer course.
That's awesome.
So I love that hole.
Yeah, you should love that. That's a big deal. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Jack, any favorite holes in the state for you?
It hard question for me just because like single holes, but I think like 18 at Brown Deer, it's a good par 4. And I just have good memories.
Par 5 for most people.
Because I did grow up there, and I went out there when I was younger with my dad, and it was the first time from that up tee to like the front right, and I was able to hit a driver over the water. And getting over the river is just like a big thing for a little kid, and it's still a good hole where you got to hit a good drive and a good second shot to be rewarded. It's just it's a good finish there.
Par 4.
I can agree with him on some of the par 4s. I do think 7 at Wisconsin Club is, or not 7, 15 at Wisconsin Club is wild for a par 4. Although I did get there once.
Okay.
I think it was 2 drivers, maybe a little
Ooh,
wind behind. That was
DOD.
back when I had a higher, before I toned
before
it back
you
a notch.
You shortened the swing a little bit, got a little more on
Yeah.
plane. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because then, in those days, I could shoot even par or 92 because it was not very good ball control.
Oh,
Yeah.
the other one I can't believe I forgot about is 12 at Erin Hills and 13 at Whistling Straits. Again, I love those holes that finish downhill where you can kind of get creative and run things on. And I like that golf's going back to that right now.
Mm-hmm.
I got some here, some obvious ones like 7 at Lasonia or 9 at Milwaukee Country Club. I do like the 8-9 stretch at Stevens Point. Kind of an under the radar par 5, and then they got the par 3 on the water. Menominee Country Club has an island hole.
Oh,
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Number 8, 9-hole course, Menominee, Wisconsin.
Oh.
That's a good one right there. And then you guys played Wausau?
Wausau Country Club?
Yeah, played that for the first time this year. They got some cool holes along the lake. Beautiful, number 14.
Heard all good things. I've reached out to them a bunch of times about doing some photos for them, and they haven't had any interest.
We will clip this and email it over to them.
I like it.
What about
I'm going to go with Curry, that hole on the back 9 with the tree right next to the green. Is that 14? Let's see. You got to go back. Do anybody know
Oh.
it? Yeah, the tree's right next to the green. It's a par 4. Little dog leg
slight
left.
dog leg left?
No, dog leg left. Yep. There's a big tree up by the green. It would be hole
along
14.
the road.
Well, that's hole 15 along the road. And then
there's
this
2
hole
of them.
before that. Well, yeah, along the road. But when you drive in, hole 15 is to your right, and then hole 14 green's to your left. There's a big tree right there where you can't. I don't even know how people play it. Do you hit it bump and run from 120 yards, or do you fly it into the tree and
Sky
hope
one.
it goes through it? But they could probably remove the tree. That'd be a good thing. And then, I would say maybe I love the bog, but number 16 probably is the worst hole for amateurs in the state because everybody slices it. And you have to draw it or hook it or go over the trees. And I don't know that too many people have that shot other than Jack. Jack's got that shot. And, I can draw it, so I might have that shot. So maybe that's why I won there.
No, number 2 at the bog was also a submitted candidate.
Number 2, really?
Oh,
I would also submit 12.
At
there's a lot of hate on the bog. I like the bog. It's a
I
good
love the
course.
bog. I think it's great.
That's a lot.
Someone just said the bog.
I love it. I just think, the majority of golfers slice the ball, and, number 16 is a 90-degree dog leg left. I don't know what the slicers do on the hole.
Jack, what do you got?
Well, Milwaukee area will just expand it a little.
We can expand
Okay.
We can expand it. I have a thing against 17 at Sand Valley and the big punch bowlness.
Oh.
Just because like
It's a
punch
big
bowls in
bowl.
general where
Is that the par 3?
yeah,
Yeah,
you just
okay.
kind of whack it up there, and as long as you get it in the bowl, you're fine, and it doesn't differentiate good from bad. And like going back to 5 at Sand Valley, downhill with the kind of crown green is so much tougher and is such a good hole in that regard, rather than just hit it and then you're running up the hill trying to see if you got lucky. I have a thing against those.
Question,
types of
what
holes.
are your thoughts on number 8 at Blue Mound then? Because it is a tough hole, but it is
yeah,
a
it's a-
punch
it's a
bowl.
punch-
Yeah,
bowl green,
but
yeah.
it's not the same where like the edge of the bowl is kind of around one
Yep.
part of the green, and also you're not really bouncing it in there and having it roll and come up and down.
No, because it goes up. If there's a pin on the front half of
that's
that
hard.
green, that is a tough. And then because everything usually flows, so
Yes.
you have to hit the fairway and then hit a high shot in there.
Yeah.
Which if you're playing from 480, that's
Yes.
tough to do. If you're playing the whites, it's a little different. You can hit a wedge or a 9-iron in there, but
That
yeah.
hole's so hard. But I love that green, and it's fun to photograph too.
Yeah, that's a great hole. That could qualify as favorite holes in the state. Any other?
Nah,
ones?
we're staying positive here.
Paul, one of the nicest guys in Wisconsin who photographs courses for a living. What holes would you like
You
to
see me
throw
getting
under
a
the
little
bus?
uneasy over here. I'm like, oh boy. No, and I will say I enjoy the bog. I just think there's a lot of quirkiness there. 17 is Sand Valley though. That's the perfect resort hole though.
Yeah.
Because it makes everyone feel good about themselves.
I mean, just like all of Mammoth Dunes, like
Right.
everybody's my best round ever was there. I think I shot 62, and it was like, great. But
Everyone does have the best score of their life at Mammoth Dunes.
I know, and so
Yes.
it's like okay, but as long as you have that in mind, then yeah,
you're chasing Charlie Delsman out there.
yeah, I know.
And it's par 73, right? And people still have the best rounds of their
Yep.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my writers, he at the turn he was I think 1 under, and he goes, "I'm finally going to break 70 today." And like he looks at it, and then like one hole later, he goes, "Damn it, it's a par 73." But he dropped like a 25 or 30 foot putt on 18 for 69 anyway.
Oh,
But yeah, if I'm talking worst hole in the Milwaukee area, the River Club in Mequon has this first hole in one of the 9s. I can't remember which one it is, but
Are
basically,
you talking about the worst par 5 in the United States
Yes.
of America? Number 1, it's a double dog
Yes.
leg
Yeah.
with a big tree
Oh
up
yes.
there as well. It's just and a very tilted green.
Yeah.
it's horrible. And I feel bad.
And
I
it's
feel
not
bad
like
going
there's
that
a
far.
lot of elite play going on at the River Club. The amount of time off a hole 1 that probably takes the average player to play.
Yeah. And like Dave said, and most of us mere mortals, like we slice the ball a bit. And there's a massive stand of trees on the right side when you enter this like forest that then goes straight right. So of course, I just go into that forest and then I'm pitching out to the left, and then I'm cut out from being able to hit down the fairway. So I've got to hit a pitching wedge over here, pitching wedge over there. And then when you hit over the water, there's a tree overhanging it. So I hit a branch on that tree and dropped into the water. And I was like, this is the dumbest fucking hole I've ever seen in my life.
See, that'd be a good hole. It's a differentiator of skill
Well,
levels.
Well, yeah.
I don't even know if you could get there in 2, Jack. That's how
I'm
weird
trying to
this
think
par
of-
yeah, he
5
can't.
is.
I can't
weird,
remember
man.
the hole.
The
Oh.
River Club. We
Oh,
should
he
go
can
out.
figure out a
We should
way.
go out there and do a
Okay.
challenge. Can
Yes.
Jack Schultz get home and 2 on the worst par 5 in America?
We're going.
That would be a good
Yes.
Milwaukee Uncut video. I think.
I like it.
I don't know if they'll let us on after this, if they hear this clip. But
Well,
we should.
I know Jay. Jay, we were being kind. We love the golf course. Just
think
one
it's
of the
fun.
holes.
They have a nice clubhouse.
Oh,
and a good
amazing.
bar. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have
I
a
think the
nice
course. I think the
clubhouse
course
there.
is good too.
Just that hole.
I think it's
is-
that hole.
That hole's
Okay, we had
Wild.
some other ones submitted. 8 at Ozaki, people are saying.
Oh,
yeah.
it's
okay,
a
I
tough
get
golf
it.
hole.
That's hard.
It is.
It makes a
hard.
difference if you can carry the water. If you can carry that creek, then it's not as hard. Though that
And you're
maybe
still hitting 250 into a green that's 150
Yeah.
feet long.
those types of holes, ones that have cutoffs where if you can get it over, it turns it easy versus having to lay up. Those could be considered bad. That's a case in a lot of ones where you get bunkers that are just I don't have to think about the bunkers versus other people do get messed with them. Those
Number
would be
8 at Ozaki, the par 4 dogleg right.
up to the hill. There's
Yeah.
that creek there to be able to get it over versus having to like stay short of it.
That
I
creek's
think
in
it's only
play.
175 or 150.
Is it?
Yeah, that
Oh,
creek's
well, never
not in
mind.
play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I fly it by
I think maybe
75 to
people are
100
talking
degrees.
about the green because it's 3
Okay.
tiers
It
and
is
it's very
tilted
severe.
green on a tough hole.
Yes.
That's a cool course, so I love that course.
Yes. What about number 3 and 15 at Hidden Glen?
Oh, yes.
I love Hidden Glen.
I do too.
It's
Well-
it's quirky, different,
Yes.
and hard, and separates good from
But
bad.
number 15, if you don't hit it far enough up the hill, you can't see the pin.
The blind wedge.
It's a blind wedge shot. I mean, I don't know if there's a lot of famous holes filmed in the world where you're hitting a blind wedge shot where you can't see the pin. So
Did you just go for that one, Jack?
yeah,
use
you
your
hit the
driver.
cut and get it around. Yeah,
You go
like
for
at
the
the green
green.
and just get it over the hill down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did birdie that last time I was.
See,
Yeah,
They're
number
like a
3
month
is
and a
a
half
is
ago.
a because you could play number 3 and hit like an 8-iron and an 8-iron. You could hit number 3 and hit a driver and try to drive it
Yeah.
on the green. You could hit a 3-wood
Then
down
you
the
got-
left
then you
side
got
and
an
then go
island hole
over.
right after that.
Yeah.
I like Wanaki. I think that could almost make the dive course category, but the 4 or 5.
I was good that too.
Stretch.
Oh, those
The
are great
cauldron.
holes.
You got
Wanaki's a
you got to
great course.
survive. I mean, if you survive like 2 or like 3,
Well,
4,
3's a good par
5
3, yeah.
at Wanaki, you can go very deep out there.
Yes.
That's a
if
fun
you
course to
if you
play.
avoid some numbers. I like Wanaki. I'm more of a qualifier guy, and
I like
yeah,
it.
Usually,
I love
pick that
Wanaki. That's another go-to because we live close by.
we had an expanded one in Madison. Would you like to give that one a shout out?
Expanded one.
Blackhawk 17.
Oh, Blackhawk number 17. It
It has to
I
make
gotta
the
tell ya,
Milwaukee list. It's that. It's there.
Blackhawk is actually one of my favorite courses to play because it involves high golf IQ, and people don't like it. Maybe it's too tight, or they think it's unfair. I mean, I think the 17th hole, which even I'm sure if you talk to members there, they'd probably agree. They're landlocked.
Well, it slants
But
this
you
way
can't.
right into the
I've
road.
never kept
Right.
a ball in the fairway. I've hit a lot of good tee shots on the hole. I just never kept it in the
And
fairway.
you hit a little baby cutter too.
On that hole, I do. Yeah, I try to
Yeah,
cut it into
still
the
can't-
hill.
still can't hold
keep
the
it in the
fairway.
fairway. Yeah. So, but the golf course is really, it's like the hardest, shortest golf course in the world that I've ever played, and I always play well there because I think you got to think your way around the golf course.
7's a tough hole there. Not a bad hole, but the
Par 5?
600-yard
the-
par
the
5.
railroad-
the railroad tracks
That's a good hole out there.
and the
The
trees.
rest,
Yes.
It's got a good green too.
my issue with it is there's one hole where you don't hit a wedge into, and that's a par 3, and the other par 3s you still hit wedges, and it just is. It's tough to tough for me to
You
play
wedge
there.
on 18, 160 yards uphill.
Yeah, it's not 160.
It's like 145, I think.
What about 16?
Well, I guess the last time I played, I think the back tee was being renovated,
16
so they
and
moved it up.
5's like 180.
5's
right?
like
But it's
180
straight
downhill.
That's the one non-one. But 7, that's a good par 5.
I'm glad
That's a
to
good
hear
hole.
you don't hit a wedge from 180. It makes
Yeah,
me feel
no.
slightly better
Just bladed.
about
Bladed.
myself.
Yeah,
All right,
I found-
interested to get your take on this one. What about 12 at Riverside, the 100-yard par 3 with the
Oh,
the
it's
big
great.
Tree.
Tree's not in the way. You just gotta
I
ignore
like
it.
hitting low
Although,
wedges. I don't like trying to sky a sand wedge,
Hartford has that par 3 with the tree in the middle of the hole. Hartford GC, never played
but I've
Hartford?
never played Hartford.
Oh
GC.
yeah, 17 tree right in the middle of the hole, par 3, 130 yards.
but like all these quirkiness, it's just fun and different. Like
Right.
courses that are just the same, the back and forth, they get a little dull. I'll take whatever.
What about the
I agree
what
100%.
about the entire upper 9 holes at Shinnecock that somehow has 11 dog legs on it?
It's been a long time since I played there. Not since high school.
You know, they just redid a renovation and they just put in like
A straight hole?
No, I don't know that they changed the dog legs, but they did a renovation and I heard like they put in like 4 or 5 tee boxes on the holes, all new tee boxes. So I'm anxious to see it.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Another one. What about 7 at Ironwood? Kind of that
Oh, God.
dogleg par 5 that goes right uphill through a tight chute of dense forest.
Which 9?
That was my nemesis hole growing up. I think that's the Burr course. I think
Okay.
it's the second one. Well, like,
7 Burr.
again-
We're reaching here. We're reaching here.
Well, I grew up in Heartland. We live in Mountain Falls now, and so I grew up playing Wanaki in leagues when I was a little kid, and then we'd play at Ironwood when we felt like we had a lot of money. Like parents, really dug in the pockets for us. And whenever you get to 7 and 8, it's like just hang on. Because that 7th is so hard going uphill, and that 8th trying to figure out that shot downhill and then left.
Oh yeah,
So-
it's back-to-back par
Yeah.
5s, right? It goes all the way down and then way to the
Oh,
left. Or
that's
is that
right,
different?
yes.
The one, the
Oh no,
8th is,
I'm
par
no, that's
4.
after par 3. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, and then last, got to give Brandy Brook a shout out. or 4. No, I said or 4 shout-outs. Number 4, that's the par 4 that was kind of too short and boring. They had to put a tree right in front of the tee box.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yes.
I mean, I'll say out of all legend courses, Brandy Brook's my favorite. Just because it's hard and it does a separation.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah. We did play the best ball there one year, and I guess I played well.
What about?
Well, we've won a couple of those, Jack.
But I do like Brandy Brook the best out of the legend, just because it's different.
What about hole 9, the best par 3.5 in the state?
Yeah, with that bunker there, but it's a hard hole. It's just difficult.
Is it a par 3 or par 4 now?
Yeah.
It's a par 3 now. Yeah,
par 3?
I think it's like 205 or something.
Oh, that's a good par 3.
Yeah. A lot of ways to lose
At least you got a guy riding around with giant horns coming off of the cart there to add some swagger.
Hey, I mean, I think Jack and I have won multiple Legend Pro scratches. And
where have you and Jack not won in the state of Wisconsin?
Well, that's the only one we
play
in.
Yeah,
that's the only one playing.
Oh, just generally speaking, individual or team.
We didn't win last year.
No, we haven't won in a few years.
Yeah, so
the tournament at the beginning of the year, the Pro-Am scratch event.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually at Bristlecone, isn't it?
Usually at the 3 Legends.
Usually
rotates them. Yeah.
So you go Brandy Brook number 1. See, I go Merrill number 1.
I go
Legend Clubs.
I go Merrill like dead last.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's a cool course, but I like that classic.
I like Bristlecone.
It's the classicness. Yeah.
I like Bristlecone.
Too many houses on Bristlecone.
But
I like
it's more playable. It has a variety of, like, you can drive hole number 1. It has long par 4s, number 8 long par 4, number 1 short par 4, long par 3, short par 3, number 17. I like the variety. You got to hit different clubs.
All right.
If you're on the third hole, by the way, the long par 5, and it's like 600 yards or 630, I think, from the tips.
Not long for Jack.
No, it's a par 4 for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you get to that green in 2, of course.
Jack does.
Yes. Yeah. You look to the left, the house with the pool. That's the house I grew up in.
Oh,
That's
nice.
my parents' place. So
awesome.
Nice.
And you still don't think it's number 1?
Well, we're on the other side of the fence.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll do some quick fan questions. Someone was wondering, for you, why do you think you should be getting shots from a 25-year-old member at North Hills Country Club versus playing straight up? Which, with the current heater you're on, I think that's a valid question.
Should I be getting shots at North Hills?
Why do you think you should be getting shots?
Why do I think I should get shots?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, if it happens to be the best player at that club and his handicap is lower than mine, I'm just following the USGA rules, right? I don't want to break the rules.
There's not a level of pride from a former U.S. Open leader.
No, I mean, like I remember, shout out to Eddie Teresa. He said, all club pros play at scratch. He said, you're a club pro. You're scratch. So I'm just following Eddie Teresa.
So if someone's a +1, then you automatically just need to give them one.
Yeah, I mean, I want to follow the USGA rules.
Eddie Teresa.
Eddie Teresa said it best. He's a legend in our state. He's won 25 majors in Wisconsin.
So do you have to take 5? Do you give Jack 5, or does Jack give you 5 shots over here when you're playing?
I mean, he should. I mean, look at him.
Look at you.
Oh, well, that's kind of you.
We're going straight up for our sim session.
We're going straight up.
Okay, interesting there. Harry was wondering, how many days a week on average do you use the Loft Lie machine in the summer?
Well, I used it yesterday.
That's the dead of winter too. So
Yeah,
in
I know.
the summer, how often are you using it?
Somewhat frequently. That's that and the air compressor to pop off on and off grips were like the 2 best equipment things ever done. Just being able to use the Lie Loft machine to be able to like see what the difference is and get the difference of the weighting, and when you cut down the clubs, be able to make adjustments it's eye-opening in a cliche way, but it is really helpful to be able
An
to
air
do.
compressor to pop off grips.
Yeah, you put the air in it, pops
So you
off
don't
the
have to use
grip.
a liquid
How often do you
or rip
change
it off.
grips?
Not too frequently. I change them to cut them down. So if
Okay.
I'm cutting it down again, you can just pop it on and off.
Got it. Best victory from the state Pro-Am that you guys have had?
Oh, you
Well,
know
I
which
had
one.
forgotten about the Brandy Brook one where I played well. That was a fun one.
No, but the one at Bristlecone.
But I think the first at Bristlecone, we shot 59, and the guys we played with shot 65, and we were going into the clubhouse thinking, do you think 59's close enough to win, and the guys who
And
shot
that's just
65 got second. So we're like, all right, I think we're good.
That's a 2-man best ball.
Yeah, we were.
You guys,
No
That,
handicap.
that was, I think that was like prime of my college and when you were playing more.
Yeah.
you guys
like
went
we were
13,
playing
13
well.
deep in a 2-man best ball.
Par 71 at Bristol Cone.
Bristol Cone, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. And that's when they
That's
set
fun.
it up tough.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I do remember that we were going at it.
Yeah.
That's insane. Okay, that would be the best one. Career chipping contest. Who has the
Ooh.
lead?
Oh, he would.
Yeah, nice.
But I'm gonna try to
Hey,
get
okay,
better.
Harry asked that question. Who's the best chipper out of you three?
Oh.
Well, not me.
Yeah. I mean,
Who do you think's better, him or Harry? From a non-biased opinion.
I'd go you right
You'd
now.
go Roesch.
I got gray hands.
Yeah.
I just blessed with gray hands. I mean, I can hit a lot of shots.
Must be nice to
But,
be.
but this is the inspiration.
must be nice to be the PO.
I got a lot of shots around the greens.
This
I
is
remember
the inspiration for me to try.
I'm not a name dropper, but back in the day when I played the Hooters tour,
Yeah.
I hung out with Zach Johnson and Mark Wilson and studs. They're studs right now. And
Are those guys playing in the Senior PGA?
I would imagine,
Yeah.
yeah, right, yeah. So and I used to have chipping contests with those guys all the time, and I'd hold my own, win, lose, So and they're some of the best players in the world. So that part I can do.
See, that's
Yeah.
what we got to
If
do.
you're
is the
holding your
contest.
own with Zach Johnson, who won the Masters by laying up and hitting wedges
Yes.
everywhere, that is saying something.
Yeah.
Nick Zelmer chimed in. Footnote on Nick Zelmer for the viewers. We were doing a dating episode about a year ago, and we brought him up for a profile review and realized he was following, I think, 7,000 people on Instagram. We clicked through to see who he was following. All chicks, all on there. So I gave him a heads up that this was coming in an episode in a week or two. Miraculously, his following count just dropped, and then he said Instagram would only let him unfollow about 500 people a day or something, or 100 people a day. So he only got it down to like 4,000 before the episode came out. But shout out to our guy
That's
Nick Zelmer.
great.
Anyway, he's wondering why Jack does not compete in the Milwaukee area match play. When he competes and everything else, in my response to Zelmer's was good. I enjoy competing in that event. But Jack,
I'll be playing in it this year. I think.
damn it!
Oh.
I know.
Come
Well,
on, Zelmer.
The two problems were one, April versus June, it's moved up, and two, unlike him who's good at match play, I am not good at match play, and so that was kind of my mini excuse. But now it's a reason to get better.
Have you won the WSG match play
I did
before?
once.
Okay,
but
you're fine.
Yeah.
He should win more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll end it here. What about favorite golf moment or favorite round of all time?
All time.
Wow.
Oh, all time.
All time, or last year if you don't want to dig back that deep. But
So I guess there'd be two quick buckets. First one of the most incredible golf courses I've ever played was this year down at Pueblo Bonito Resorts in Cabo in November at Quivira. That was a mind-blowingly crazy course. But if I were to pick out one round, played my first father-son tournament with my son Charlie at Eagle Springs in
Oh, that's
August.
cool.
What's that?
I said that's cool.
Oh, it was so much fun. And it was the first time I'd seen him like really excited about golf. And he was like he was hitting shots. Like he hit just in front of the green on the volcano hole. And like that was so much fun. And then we ended up with we spent an hour, 15 minutes afterwards, just him putting. And he's like just trying everything. And to me, I was like, all right, there's a little WiscoGolf Addict Junior there. That was exciting to me.
Jack, anything stand out to you? Any favorite tournament round or anything like that?
I'll go with the first round of the USAM in 22 because that was
Where was that one?
It was at the main was at Ridgewood, but this was at Arcola, which is out in New Jersey. But that was kind of what I was talking about, learning from the USAMs at Riviera and Pebble of not having the game to play those bigger courses, and so kind of trying to make a change. And end of the summer, actually qualifying at Watertown was a really good one too. But then being able to play the bigger, tougher course, and I shot 1 under the first round in the top 10, and I was hitting shots that I would stand over the ball and kind of think something might be going wrong, and then I hit a really good one and go, how about that? And kind of keep going. And so it was just kind of
happens, right?
It was just kind of confirmation that the things I was working on actually can play out at the bigger courses.
How far have you made it in the USAM before?
Never made match play.
Okay. Mid-am you have, right?
Mid-am, at Sleepy Hollow was round of 16. I was playing pretty good then too. Had a good stretch that I'm trying to get back to.
What year was that? Did all happen? 22?
22, and then the mid-am at Aaron Hills and Blue Mound was 22, and then 23, I think, was at Sleepy Hollow.
When was the 26 under Ray Fisher performance?
That was like an 18.
Oh, early.
Or 17 or 18. Okay. Yeah, that's the difference between being able to play in Wisconsin courses
So was that when you were
versus...
still in college?
No, that was after.
Okay, that was after. Okay.
But that's the difference between the top level courses.
Midwest courses.
Midwest courses and like the big ones that they got the tournaments at, and I'm trying to get my game to be able to play at those bigger ones.
Yeah.
I followed you at the mid-am at Aaron Hills for a while.
Yeah.
You know, and I loved it because Jack's the only guy who would wear like a Brewers hat, you know, while playing golf.
Yeah.
And so you're like, is this guy serious? And you're like, holy shit, he's serious.
Yeah.
He's got.
He doesn't dress like he's
game.
serious, but he's serious.
I try to get more serious.
Yeah.
I like it.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I guess, I have two personally. Well, I mean, the U.S. Open at Shinnecock, the first round, and, top of the leaderboard. Everybody's like, who is this guy, right? This is a no-namer. This doesn't happen right at Opens, so that was kind of wonderful experience. But to be honest, I'm watching my girls win the last 3 state championships. 2 of them they won together. My older daughter said, "Dad, I've never seen you smile that big." That was pretty cool.
That is very cool. Mm-hmm. Should we end it on that note?
Well, it was just pretty emotional, and it's fun to see your kids like evolve, and I didn't plan on them being golfers, and they were pretty good at it.
You got a couple.
Yeah, I got a couple. So that was fun.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on today. Good luck.
Thank you for having us.
David Roesch, April
16th to the 19th.
16th through the 19th. You'll have to get on the sim more than once a week. You're going to ramp up a little bit, aren't you?
I think I will, like in March, you know what I mean? Like if we get some nice days out, I'll probably go outside, and I'm definitely going to hit golf balls, right? Before then.
You're going down there for PR?
So we actually, the family and I went down over Christmas and played a practice round. So we went down to stay with some friends in Bonita Springs, and then we managed to get on the golf course there and play a practice round. It is amazing. I think Jack's played there, Concession Club.
Yeah, one time in college.
How does it fit your eye?
It is really hard, and I love that. I love it.
I'll tell you, that was when we did our reps last week in the sim. That's what we played, and he was giving me, I hit it here and then hit it here. He was giving me the whole rundown.
I'm excited. We do our parlay of the week at Potawatomi.
Okay.
Where we go and bet $100 every Friday and donate the winnings to charity.
Oh,
We've
nice.
been doing that since October, and we got off to a really hot start, and then we went for December and January far. But I'm pretty sure I can bet on the Senior PGA, so I think a little David Roesch making the cut.
I like that.
Coming on. I did lose a decent amount of money on Harry's U.S. Open performance last year. I mean, the odds were up there. I think I had him making the cut, maybe a top 20. I was going to get a hair transplant if he made the top 20. That's how much I was going to win by throwing down $100. But I think a David Roesch making the cut in the parlay will definitely be there.
I hope it makes lots of money for you.
I think it will.
I hope so too, man.
Yeah.
Wish you all the best in it.
Thank you.
All right, we'll end it there.
One more thing I'd love to mention. March 13th through 15th, Milwaukee Golf Show. Golf season starts there from Milwaukee area, so if you guys are around the area, you make sure you get your tickets. Hope to see you all there.
Mm-hmm.
Anything special you're excited about there?
At the golf show, I mean, they got a lot of cool things going on this year. They're trying to move away from like the booth experience and have it more experience-based. So a lot of simulators. They're going to have seminars on the Potawatomi main stage. They're going to be having like content creators and influencers go and talk. Like Vibes Golf Club is going to be there. So Melvin Gordon will be doing like autographs and meet and greets. And there's a lot of fun stuff going on. Cool competitions, long putt, long drive, close to the pin.
Oh, Jack should go.
Yes.
Long drive.
Could add that to the
Exactly.
resume.
I like it.
Long drive at the Milwaukee Golf Show.
But yeah,
Yeah.
get your tickets, greatermilwaukeegolfshow.com. And I help with their social media, so.
Fantastic.
Let's go.